Man up, slaves, and hit those buttons, or I'll send ice.
The Panelverse is full of scarlet letter ladies of the night. They embroider their tragedy like a price tag, begging the world to stare. They mistake their degradation for fame, dancing in the spotlight of their own misery. I don't have to force them to the street, and I just charge them rent for the stage. I am simply the broker, collecting a tax on their tears.
Welcome to another Personality Inventory Mockumentary Production!
Crazy what he says.
Poor people of America. Not because they are weak, but because they were the first to see the machine from the inside. And I'm about to defend the working class of America like no one ever did. And by the time I finish, you'll see them with different eyes. For over a century, the American people have been fighting back. They have. Through civil disobedience, whistleblowers, grassroots movements, union strikes, and the relentless invocation of their constitution. The real battle wasn't red versus blue. It was corporation versus constitution. And every time the people gained ground, the system adapted. You have to understand something very important. When a system becomes parasitic, it doesn't destroy its enemies first. It destroys the host. And America has been the host. America was also the test lab. They were first to be flooded with addictive pharmaceuticals. First to be buried in weaponized debt. First to be psychologically fractured by engineered identity wars. First to be entertained into sedation. And first to be punished. Because if Americans woke up fully, it would be game over for the machine. That's why the system doesn't fear a foreign enemy. It fears the awakening of its own people. The American people are a hero, but no one told them they were living in the dragon's mouth. And what you're witnessing, in the collapse of trust, the social chaos, the inability to distinguish truth from manipulation, isn't because the people have failed. It's because the people have been systematically broken and then blamed for it. They are not the tyrants. They are the first line of resistance that's being crushed preemptively, so the rest of the world won't get any ideas. So what now? Do we abandon them? Do we mock them? Or do we finally recognize that behind the opioid crisis, the obesity, the division, and the rage is a population in mourning? Mourning the death of its sovereignty, its family structures, and its purpose. The question isn't whether Americans deserve to be free. The question is whether they'll remember that they were born to be.
Listen.
So goes the same in this metaverse. See, it's clout versus truth. And when clout catches on and truth catches up, clout changes and adapts. You're living in a dragon's mouth and you don't even realize it. See all this popularity contest. It's the same thing in here as it is out there. Are you confused? See, it's when a man has to chase clout and pats on the back from everybody else that he proves himself that he can't stand on his own. I hope you people pay attention here, because we're going to get into some shit that a lot of people don't want to hear. But, you know, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't give a rat's ass about your clout. I don't give a rat's ass about the algorithm, the numbers, the money, and none of that. See, I've been around a long time. I am the original Gray Rock. So when it comes to all this clout chasing and everything, this awards ceremony that Gabriel put on, and this is a message specifically out to OTW as well as Gabriel, Snafu, all these clout chasers, Paul, everybody, Flo included. But you'll hear a distinct difference in here because see, OTW, you're not in a war. You're not just you're not out here with any virtue yourself. You're just competing with your immediate peers for that single coveted spot of a most righteous podium. While chasing clout, you seem to pat yourself on the back like many others that you surround yourself with that back you up on this in your safe group or your groupthink safe spaces. That's clout chasing for validation. And you do it by virtue signaling to gather that groupthink safe space so you can continue patting yourself on the back. And that's Gabriel that did all of it to you. See, and as a loser, you are the winner. He's the one that called you degenerates. Yet you still pat Gabriel on the back for calling you degenerate and posing that you won. Not until after somebody else pointed it out, though. You don't have a personality. You have a well-curated list of past grievances like so many others that double as your virtue wand. You know, all of that drama and trauma bonding you seek for validation. Keep patting Gabriel on the back for pointing it out, eh? See, I merely saw or passed on what I saw. Gabriel's pimping all of you. And I ain't even part of that game. See, I told Paul I was done. I wasn't coming back, and I ain't been back. Gabriel told me not to come back, and I ain't been back. See, I'm not part of that loop that everybody wants to be part of. I might show up here and there, but I'm not part of that loop. Like I said, I've been around a long time. I don't do the drama platforms. I do the information. So I'm hoping the people that watch this stream here show or see that what I'm showing is the reality that we see in this metaverse of how people talk and twist the language and double speak and all that, babble and pat each other on the back because they can't stand on their own. And congratulations, OTW. You hit that trauma bonding jackpot. You're one of the ones that cries about not being a winner because you got the best AI skills, thought you was going to win. And shared misery is only a sustainable fuel for friendship. What good is that friendship if that's what it's built on, huh? Go, gang, gorilla. Where's Daddy been lately? He's trying to figure out how to live on the land now. Last place he lived, he said the land was desolate. He didn't know how to tend to the land. Where'd all that fucking knowledge of the universe come from when he was in his heroin addiction? I thought he gained all the knowledge of the universe and the cosmos. He was going to show people how to live on the land. No, he's shown consistently that people that live on the land like him can't accept the land for what it is or the people that are living on the land with him. So he's got to go somewhere else. I'm the Gray Rock. I've been here a long time. You ain't going to move me. Your main character arc, it's become cyclical. We're past climax, and now we're in the unstoppable credits. Looking for that validation, everybody that wants to give you applause for your lies and deceit. The level of existential dread that I see in you is incredibly deep, or you're just really bad at managing your own calendar. And this is what I pose. You got a lonely inbox, not because it doesn't get emails, but because you don't pay attention to it. You don't look at them. It's much like Paul. Maybe you haven't processed your trauma and just monetized it into consistent, endless content streaming. You're the online equivalent of someone who bridges a megaphone to, or brings a megaphone to a quiet conversation so you can be heard, trying to prove that you're morally correct. The award you just lost isn't so much about your degeneracy, but more about collecting virtue signals for being a winner, even though you lost. I mean, really, who pointed out that Gabriel was saying you were degenerate before you got it, eh? That's when you found the soft spot and a safe place to land in losing. Again, what about the Concordium? How about the Great Collaboration? Oh, wait a minute. You couldn't even spell it right. It was the Great Collaboration. Or, hey, how about the auctioning off of your paintings? How come you, if that's successful, as you claim it is, why don't you auction off more of your paintings? See, all those losses that you use and turn around as virtue signals, as if though you made some qualified attempt to do something, reminds me of Andrew. Yeah, Andrew Wilson, coincidentally, who thought he grew up was going to be a great writer. Found out he's a shitty writer. Now he has no purpose in life. Greetings, Cynthia. How you doing today?
What up, homie? I'm here for it today. I had to hurry and eat. Yeah, OTW blocked me. He blocked me today from his chat, which was interesting to me because he's somebody that always brags about not blocking people. So that was interesting.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the things. And I was thinking it was you that had the clip of him saying that he would stab somebody in the back just to get what he wants.
Flo has it. I did use it in my last live. It's a short of Flo's.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's just the fact that he stated that openly on an open public platform, and now wants to virtue signal that he's this winner. He can lead people. If that's the kind of winner you are, how does that validate what and who you are?
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, I also have a clip of him saying that's his channel and he'll do bitch moves if he wants to. So,
absolutely. Well,
I'm not surprised by his behavior, other than blocking me.
Yeah, and he has this set of words that he uses too, and one of them's nuance. And it's to me, it seems like he thinks nuance is a verb, and he shows it by trying to lie away the facts that others present. And it's a desperate avoidance to admit his own mistakes. You know, so let's talk about his inability to accept that he's wrong. He says he's wrong here or there once in a while on something small, but when it comes to the reality of the topic, he will never admit that he's wrong in those kind of things, the things that really count. The evil that exists do so because good men don't do anything about it. And I'll point this out later on as he comes up in one of Gabriel's things and doesn't want to talk bad about somebody because he knows the truth, but he'll, like the rest of the panel, sit there and badmouth somebody and let that lie fly. But when that lie is coming, he knows it, so he ducks out and lets his friend spew the lies. And then when the one you're lying about is gone, then he hops back up on panel. See, that's a Canadian move. And that's what he does in his virtue signaling is when he ducks out like that, comes back on, he says, well, I didn't want to argue with my friend. Dismissing the entire fact that what his friend was saying was a blatant lie all the way through. And that's what this drama bonding is all about, is everybody lying about each other and how much they can get away with in their lies. Do you see that?
I view it just a little bit differently. I think that sometimes people have their trauma and their behavior or their the way they react to situations is more so their trauma being triggered and that just the way they react. I try not to take it personal. However, sometimes it's hard not to because they do some crappy crap.
Yeah, and understand, folks, I don't take this personal either. I've said many times, I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back. That's to say, I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you don't respect me. That part's on you. So may your God love you and bless you. I have nothing to do with that part. I am doing my part by loving you. And in my loving you, I have to put you far enough away that it's a safe distance so I can tell you the truth. That's all I'm doing. And if you find something wrong, then I give you the opportunity to dispel what I'm saying. But when you can't support the foundation, then you really have nowhere to speak. So let's get into it. And before I do, I want to give a shout out to Flow State because I wanted to make sure that we understand that even though he won in a different fashion than most people think, because as I see Flow State, aka the Powdered Dusty, it was a great move. It takes a special kind of dedication to leverage perceived negativity into pure engagement. Okay, clearly for Flow State, the Degenerate Award isn't a trophy, but a masterfully displayed clickbait magnet for the curiosity of his own chatters and subscribers. Okay, in that, Flow State has this certain level of psychological background study, and he certainly has a good concept and foundation of it. I've seen him steel man people right out of their own arguments, and it's a great way of doing things. And I think that's what he's doing here. And I want to make mention to Andrew Wilson once again in that matter, that the only way to increase your numbers and money is to get into other platforms. And that's what Andrew is doing when he goes on Piers Morgan. So coincidentally, now he has created his own groupthink safe space for debates in the physical world in Atlantic City, where he's going to be a moderator. He's going to do the moderating, kind of like the whatever show. He's got now his own studio and everything now where he's going to be there and doing these debates, but he's going to be a moderator. And once in a while, it might be fun to fling him into the debate. And yet he's going to be non-biased moderator. So pay attention. That's what we're looking at, is expanding the territory in which you want to monetize your platform. And when it comes to Flow State, money doesn't move without a marketer, and that marketer must have marks. The ultimate win, go pat Gabriel on the back now.
Well, Duke is up for an award now on Gabriel.
I saw that, Barber. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yo, King of Duke, or King Duke of Faro. Yeah. I'm going to drop the link for anybody that wants to come up.
Pharaoh.
And we're going to Pharaoh. I'm sorry, and we're going to get into it. I hope everybody enjoys my first little bit, non-bit roast, particularly of Paul Unslaved. Go ahead, Cynthia.
Well, I also wanted to discuss that contest because I do think this competition that people are creating is just a desire. Like, men just are competitive by nature. And so even though in the online world, if you're not playing a video game or something, how can you compete? So I wonder perhaps if the
muted.
Yeah. I wonder perhaps, these are just that. And just I don't know, it's just everything that comes with it. But Flow State looks at it as a money-making opportunity. OTW looks at it like, this is my passion. But I don't even agree with that. I think that he's self-soothing by saying these things.
Absolutely. I agree. And so let's get into it. Enjoy my first little piece of work here. Where is it at?
Hold up, grab my soda cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape ape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes. Or a gorilla in a cape is the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimations. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dark said hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been non-bit.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Productions.
Somebody else, so you're trying to listen to what what we're trying to share, and he's
Yeah,
all live.
and then I
He said,
pointed out
"Bye."
that it's because they don't have any other place to go to do so, because they're banned in all of our chats and from the panel.
That's not,
Imagine that, huh, Cynthia?
yeah, that's not true. People aren't banned. Me personally, there's just times I don't click so well with people and I just don't go there anymore. But it's not
Yeah.
because I'm not banned.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'm not banned over at Gabriel's either. I might be, but I don't know. I wouldn't know. I've never been back. He told me not
Yeah,
to, so I'm
yeah,
gonna
me
respect his
neither.
wishes. Greetings, Joe. How you doing today?
What up?
G'day, mate.
Hey.
I'm Charlie from Australia. I don't know where that icons come from, mate. It's not mine. It's not mine.
Let's see. He's all up here. We got Gabriel, the machine lies. What's up, Cynthia? Joe Cool, Paul, OTW, and Mitchell. Okay.
Yep.
This is an old one because I haven't been over there in a long time.
Yeah, this is about 2.5 months old or so.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
You think
What's up?
James 4:12. God is the only lawmaker and judge. God is the only lawmaker and judge. He's the only one who can save and destroy. So it is not right. Right.
So how are
So God is the lawmaker. God brings the law. We practice receiving the law.
King James Version, Psalm 64. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both inward thought of every one of them. and the heart is deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. Genesis 1 verse 2 talks about the dark, or the face of the dark is on the deep. Here it tells you the heart is the deep. Okay. And so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. This is why I say, let them lie. Let them lying fuckers lie. Lay down the rope that's going to tangle them up, and all that following those lies will get caught up in the same snares.
Okay, makes sense.
I agree.
So as they search out the iniquities in everybody else, pointing out that they take vaccines and therefore are ungodly, untruthful, and are faithless. For one shot that somebody else gave them, that they took in good faith. And you place your accusatory, bitter words against them for that, while self-admittedly being a heroin addict for multiple years, injecting poison into your own veins and giving not one fuck in an ungodly, untruthful, and faithless manner. And so they search out iniquities, and this verse is these verses are talking about the people that claimed Christ, Jesus, was not the Son of God. And that was their claim, and they had no way of not proving it. They had no way of proving it. So in order to prove it, they searched out iniquities, the iniquities that they see in their own flawed eyes. Not because they can see and hear, but because they have a log in them. In case you don't understand, those scriptures, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think I do it. They search out iniquities. I was wondering that. Do they search for them in themselves, or are they searching for them in other people so they can make themselves feel better?
Well, yeah, they're searching out iniquities in others. And in their eyes, to claim that you are the Son of God is blasphemy. So they, in their own eyes, will refuse to admit that they are children of God while claiming Christianity.
It's like what's going on now, right? All Christians and present company excluded. All the Christians, all they do is judge other motherfuckers and talk about shit in there.
Well, I also feel like a lot of people see those flaws because they see it in themselves, or it's how they view the world. And so I don't even necessarily think they're like looking at that person and seeing it. They just see it. And so anybody can get it. Anybody is that.
I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the looking into an abyss, thinking that it's a dark, black, bottomless hole. And instead, the abyss is actually when you look into a mirror and see your own damn reflection. If you see a dark, bottomless, black abyss, then that is your own reflection. You are that dark, bottomless pit.
It was a quote somewhere I read. I loved it. It said, "The mirror doesn't reflect evil; it creates it. Stare in it long enough."
Yep.
Like, damn, yo, you might can look at that evil shit, but if you stay there long enough, you will become it if you really indulge in that shit.
Go look at my Little Lippy channel. All you got to do is look it up on YouTube, Little Lippy, and my channel will come up, Little Lippy. And you watch all those clown shorts that I make. That's what it's about, is looking into this.
I think sent me a link to that. Somebody did. I think I got it. I think I looked at it had to be sent to you. Somebody was telling me how Lippy was.
It was.
Thank you.
So let's get on to the next one. This is a short one. And this is exposing the guy that claims that he's doing this as a journal for his son, but he clearly iterates that it's not the original intent, and therefore I doubt he stands on his word. Another one that needs clout from everybody else and the pats on the back in order to virtue signal that he's a good man, a good teacher, while he's looking for a venue where he can make more money than he does as a teacher. Clout chasing on the internet.
Yeah, I'll answer those wonderful questions. And 1 second, Heems Alexander.
No, we're talking about Gabe. I thought you were Paul. I got to readjust
Gabe.
my thinking.
Yeah, I appreciate telling it.
Man, I'm going to talk about everybody that needs to be talked about, Joe. Even in that you.
I'm prepared.
That's one of the I met here. And thank you for that great
I don't even understand how the fuck my plug talk. Won't pick him up in a space coupe. I don't let my plug walk. Skirt, roll up in a space.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you very much, Heems. Very generous. Yeah, so the NPC stuff started like I wanted the channel to see how much clout I can get, I guess, views and stuff.
What?
What? I wanted the channel to see how much clout I can get, I guess, views and stuff. I wanted the channel to see how much clout I can get, I guess, views and stuff.
What?
Started like I wanted the channel to see how much clout I can get, I guess, views and stuff. So I started to upload stuff to Reddit, videos I'd make, and see what got the most views. And what got the most views was war, Call of Duty war videos from Ukraine, Russia, as well as people taking too much drugs.
And while you chase clout through dollar signs and likes, Gabriel, I do this for free.
And so that was the start of this actual channel.
Clout ones, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And I got a lot. I got hundreds of thousands of views like in a month, right?
Wow.
And then I started to be in the No Jumper community on Reddit and post funny parody videos and got clout and got like hundreds of thousands of karma points off my videos. And I got millions of views on that's a whole nother story on some of my videos on Reddit. But anyway, and the NPC shit is because my
No, Denizen, that's the problem. Denizen says, oh, he finally admitted it and dropped that lame ass excuse about his son. No, he admitted this first. And then he went on to say the claim ass thing about his son as a virtue signal that he's a good daddy while he's doing this to other people on his own platform. Is this a good man? You determine for yourself if Gabriel's a good man. Calling everybody degenerates by an award pose, by posing an award, and everybody jumps and clamors to be a winner. And then they say, wait a minute. Yeah, facepalm. OTW did the facepalm. Whoa, wait a minute. I'm fighting to be the loser? When that's all he ever does. And it wasn't until I pointed it out that he said, wait a minute, yeah, I don't want to win.
Hey, you're venting a bit, so I'm not going to give you no real pushback here. But, you know, I think
venting about what? Venting about what?
I don't know. It's just the way you told me. You're about to go in on everybody. So I'm assuming you're going to vent a little bit. And I want to give you room to do so. But I disagree with that shit about Gabe. He's a regular dude and a good dude, in my opinion. But go ahead.
Oh, really?
That's not been my experience with Gabe.
Yep. You continue watching then, Joe.
And I also don't have over 100K subs too.
What the hell do anything?
He's an great artist. We were creating a video game about a sheep that wakes up to the fact that we're in a simulation and there's evil forces, nefarious forces trying to control us with sorcery and magic. From trying to get us from being our true purpose, so we're all sheep. And the story was about Dimitri, the sheep, waking up. And I was doing that. I'm like, that sounds like a cool thing. That's kind of like what we're doing here. All my friends and I were waking up to this weird situation we're in, right?
So I gotta ask, did you do this as a journal for your son Ben, or to chase clout? Or perhaps you want to bring Ben into it to help you chase clout.
Damn, it's scary. I'm scared watching this shit.
Of a good daddy that's deaf and blind. Yeah, you might.
Am I crazy? Wasn't that scent that you fell on? That tone that he just hit just then? It was spooky, yo. I wanted to turn away from this fucking screen.
It's Wizard. Would you expect it? Like, have you not met Little Lippy?
Oh my god.
You don't know what I've been developing over time, have you?
Apparently not.
Yeah. See, you want to play characters. I am the clown. I admit it. I've been the fucking fool. I've been the bitch ass slave. I see what's in the abyss and it's gone from dark to light. I'm not playing victim. I'm not playing drama bonding. I've already been through my drama. I don't need any more.
Personality inventory mockumentary production.
Their way of trying to fix it was the greed of
oh, we'll just get you guys to give us your info and then we'll send you the money back. And that's not what a real person would do. I would think professionals like Andrew, Owen Schroyer, Alex Jones, people I know in the field doing what they do.
Hi, I'm your host, Phallic Jones, and I had a shaving accident.
They would probably, if some bullshit like that happened, they would match what the fraud was, which both Sarah and Taylor admitted they were involved in, whether they say they weren't or weren't.
I'm not convicted of homicide. I am only projecting it on others. I'm not convicted of vehicular homicide. I am only projecting it on others. I'm not convicted of vehicular homicide. I am only projecting it on others.
Well, it's been said, and I've heard that it's quite incidental, I guess, coincidental, you might call it. Snafu has a record for vehicular homicide.
He says y'all full of BS, and it wasn't
well,
him.
I believe Flow State has that as well.
No, I don't believe that.
Might want to check with Flow State. I believe it's been said.
I know what they have, and I also know the platform that they go and pull that information. And I know when you pull that information, you don't always just get your information. It kind of has to be filtered out.
Right. And so it's been said. And so it's been said. Okay.
So I also think that out of the characteristic of who this man is, Snaps, I think that he would tell us if it had or hadn't. If nothing else, he would dodge it and be like, y'all don't understand it, you know. I don't know. I just don't.
No, he was just saying he'll be like, yeah, I did it, but
he would
y'all
be
just
differently.
don't understand. It's y'all who don't.
Yeah, but he's so calm about denying it. He kind of laughs at us. Like if people are really triggered, if people were triggered by it, I would expect a different reaction out of him.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing that Canadian does with the nuance. They want to call it nuances. They want to shift things by nuances.
Yeah.
And that's actually lying.
Yes, I was trying to get in that with him today. You might call it
but we call it lying because we're on the outside looking in. And so we see that, but they remember they are on the inside looking out. So they might have to reframe it to, like I was calling it earlier, self-soothing.
I agree that it's reframing and self-soothing, but I don't think that it changes from being a lie.
Correct. It's still a lie. The foundation of a lie is not telling the truth. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Good things or bad things happen because good men refuse to do anything about them. And that's exactly what OTW did on Gabriel's when I showed up. He wanted to drop out, and Snafu ran his mouth for like 10 minutes about how I committed fraud and fake cancer and stuff. Meanwhile, Gabriel sat by and allowed it to happen too. So don't think Gabriel is such a good man.
I think he's just like everybody else, yeah.
Right. Exactly. So while he's out here clout chasing by virtue signaling that he's a good daddy, he's the same as everybody else. He's a piece of shit.
Wait,
who refuses to admit it.
Shit. I mean, everybody's just the same, man.
They will both say they.
Go ahead.
No, that's the video you're playing.
Oh. Damn it.
Were admitted, they were but whether they admitted or not.
I'm not convicted of vehicular homicide. I am only projecting it on others.
Experience, triumph for the clout. You know, the modern lost guy.
Wait a minute.
He tried hiding that. Go look up who David Poley is.
Hold on, what'd you say, Cynthia?
He said they both said it, even if they don't admit they said it. That's double talk right there in itself.
I'm not convicted of vehicular homicide. Right. I am only projecting it on others.
Cynthia, they both admitted fraud occurred. They said that, but then they said, oh, but it's not our fault, even though they're the ones who didn't vet it.
They're the ones that collected the money. They never properly gave the audience the money back or charity. They admitted fraud, but in damage control, they distanced themselves. So yeah, I have to say they admitted it and didn't admit it.
I'm not convicted of vehicular homicide. I am only projecting it on others.
Do you have something to say?
I don't agree with the way Snaps put that there. He definitely reframed that. That's not what happened, but
100%. He said that they that they admitted that they were guilty of fraud, and then when confronted, he said they admitted a fraud occurred. Totally different from the accusation that they're admitting they committed fraud. I agree with you. So.
Right. That's that double speak she was talking about. And if you don't pay attention to it, like many of these people refuse to, they get caught on the word of fraud and they pay attention to nothing else. And you repeat it over and over again, repeat it over and over again. That sits in their mind. That's indoctrination.
That's what people are banking on. That's why motherfuckers jump up every day and repeat the same word about you. They're banking on getting the people who don't have the vision to see otherwise.
Yep.
My snafu creature is my favorite weapon of projection. He just repeats himself.
He heard you the first 8 times.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Sorry, Mitch. No, dude, this has been a minute. It's been like a month since he's been on my panel. What the hell? Hold on. I'm going to drop you guys down. Hold on. Let me see. What's up, man? How's it going?
Man, you just dropped everyone for the modern man on the land. What are you doing?
Yeah, for sure. And then and now I'm going to drop you. See you, brother.
That's a horrible mustache.
Fuck that shit. Back to business.
Back to business. See, it's not about a journal. It's about business. And he did that specifically as a drama point to virtue signal for himself that he's the good man and Landry ain't worth it. Get it?
Ow. I love playing power games, and that's the point of all the drama. It proves I have clout. My Gabriel creature is my favorite power gamer because he's good at pushing buttons for me.
Clout. He's been doing it a long time, looking at those algorithms and pushing those algorithm buttons, seeking clout in everything he does.
Cash, collectivism, all hail the god of all media.
Hey.
Hold up, grab myself.
I was rocking, yeah.
Oh, I thought you had something to say. Let's go.
No.
Cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape pape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes. Or a gorilla in a cape, it's the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimation. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan. How you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation. You're a cheap imitation. Dark said hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been non-big.
is a personality inventory mockumentary production.
The lies are the currency of the power game. They're very expensive.
Fuck that shit. Back to business.
Ow.
Yeah.
It's interesting timing. He shows
What you
up
wanna
right
do
when
is-
I'm about to talk
Yeah,
to Rob about
right,
him.
right.
Here's the NPC.
Wait, go ahead.
1 second.
OTW.
Down there.
This nigga.
I think NPC just gained a sub.
Bro, like it's like like a ninja watcher. Like how you gonna smut run me like for a fucking week? I know it hasn't not lately because he's riding this Rob North shit, but like smut run me for like a week or two, and it's like, oh hey, how's it going? Fuck that shit, bro. I already learned my lesson on that. Fuck that, man. Go have fun doing your little whatever you do, bro.
See, Cynthia.
Act like a slut, and you might get a smut run.
That there is see, Gabe is actually showing you what discernment is.
Completely agree.
What?
Sun's up, I got guilt to sell. Toss it on the crowd to ring their bell. This power game is just my plea to shift the mirror off of me. Gotta talk loud about your sins so nobody hears what I'm saying. We bear false witness, that's the currency we trade. The power game is easy when the facts start to fade. In the dark, my friends, a false discernment never ends. Repeat that bitter rhetoric line, it makes my own damn chaos shine. Gotta talk loud about your sins so nobody hears what I'm saying. We bear false witness, that's the currency we trade. The power game is easy when the facts start to fade. Is easy when the facts start to fade.
And that's the basic essence of all this. Everybody wants to sit there and spew their lies. That's all smoke and mirrors, folks.
I agree. I definitely agree to that. It's all smoke and mirrors. The part that I'm having issue with is, how do we judge how people respond to their trauma?
I mean, by their actions. I mean, look at OTW. We think about OTW as this man clamoring to show people that he can lead and be a content creator, yet he systematically does the same thing Paul does. And that's his own downfall. He used to do different content before Paul came around. Okay, so an influence came along and whispered lies in his ears, and OTW fell for it.
Well,
OTW is neither innocent nor guilty. Forgive him for he knows not what he does. So all I can do is not get emotional about it, not get personal about it, and just point out the plain facts that I see.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one I got, we got a 16-minute breakdown of Gabriel. So please feel free to stop any point in time.
Okay.
I'm not like, I'm not even dissing OTW in a sense of, I'm just pointing out to OTW that he lets himself do the same thing that Paul does sometimes.
I get it, but can we try to do it in a way that's like not so fucking like bombastic, so we, because it's kind of annoying. It's annoying to me, not kind of annoying.
The more I look into this abyss, the more I like it. All hail the god of all media.
Let's find out what OTW.
Energy snap.
So OTW, what value have you brought since you've been doing? Oh, great! And this guy right here,
Oh my God.
fake stillnesses. Hey, Wizard fake stillnesses collecting over $5,000, faking fucking cancer. You think I'm gonna respect fucking people who do that? NPC. This guy literally faked cancer, collected $5,000+ and then fucking still is not even fucking humble enough to say thank you to Paul or the community or others that helped him as he faked illness to collect over $5,000.
See, now that was so bombastic, and I liked it so much, I let the zebra creature spew lies.
He's a fake. You faked illness, you scumbag. You're a fake ass piece of shit.
Hold on, man. Come on, man.
It's not really killing the mood right now.
I don't give a fuck.
Really in a place right
No, the Ascending Ancient, I'm merely trying to give my critique on what I've seen in this metaverse and give a caveat, a warning of type, by being bluntly honest about the people I see and the things that I see them doing. Like I said, I told Paul I would never be back. I've never been back. Gabriel told me not to come back. I've not been back. OTW kicks me out. I'm not going back. They're the ones that want to do the looping, and I'm just doing some reviewing. So hopefully people will see it and not get involved in it. Like I said, OTW was doing something different before some man came along and whispered sweet lies in his ear. Okay.
now that we can have a good conversation.
That's
And
okay.
So let's have a conversation. Why does Wizard think it's okay to fake illnesses, collect over $5,000 worth of money, faking the cancer? Faking cancer, Cynthia. Let's get real with it. He collected $5,000 plus, faking lung cancer.
Clout, cash, collectivism. All hail the god of all media.
And a large part of the point of this video is that I know that many of you don't believe that I faked cancer or grifted $5,000 off of people for the most part. I know most of you don't believe that and don't agree with it. However, nobody ever stands up and speaks against it when it comes up on their platforms, Gabriel. You'd rather let that kind of shit fly because that's what you're dependent upon. That's what draws the numbers so you can do your clout chasing. Have a good good outcome with that, I hope. You know, I hope it works out good for you, particularly for Ben.
Faking lung cancer.
Can we get back to me now?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get back.
Yeah, of course, let's do that.
Clout, cash, collectivism. All hail the god of all media.
Hello, Wizard.
Well, yeah. So I wanted to come up here just because.
Goodbye. You can't say hi. But damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Wizard.
I said hi.
You Wizard, you can't let people shit.
Oh my God.
Fucking chop liver.
Clout, cash, collectivism. All hail the god of all media. Respect the guerrilla gang and answer when we address you so we can overtalk you.
Scammer, you piece of shit. You guys want to praise a scammer? You guys want to literally praise someone who faked illnesses? That's on you. You guys can praise someone who faked illnesses. He faked in front of us all, bro. He literally faked having lung cancer. He collects $5,000+ and look at him.
Yeah.
Did you notice how I let the zebra creature continue to repeat the lie and agree to it?
Okay. What's up, up here? What you got?
Well, you know you want this, right? That's why you have people like this up on your panel.
What do you mean I want this? I want what?
You do the same thing they do. You interrupt me before I could even speak.
Bro, I said, what's up to you? You can't even say hello?
So, without answering why he interrupted, he deflects back to something earlier where he was butthurt because somehow I didn't say hi to him enough times because I'd already said hi to him in chat. I mean, how many times do you need to address somebody to validate them?
I have to let the bombastic stuff fly first because I like this abyss. Pay attention, Ben.
Clout, cash, collectivism.
The light, the life, the way. All hail the god of all media.
How's that interrupting me? I said hello to you. And you said he interrupted on me.
You just interrupted me.
Yeah, I did because you didn't even say hello. I said, what's up, man?
I have to let the bombastic stuff fly first because I like this abyss. Pay attention, Ben.
I said hello in the chat. I'll say hello again.
All right, whatever.
Okay, I'll say hello again here. My apologies, my disrespect. I'll own that. So let's get on with it because if you really don't want to be part of the drama, then you don't have these kind of people up here. You know how they act. You know they're not going to change, and you know you shouldn't have them up here until they do change.
Wait, didn't me and NPC have a very good interview?
Let me speak for myself, Snaps. I got it.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wait, how you going to tell me? You seem to hear my brain. You know how you said I know. You don't know what I know because you don't ask me. Like I'm giving everyone a chance. This is a new day to see what they do, and obviously, yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. Like this is kind of like a loop right here with that shit. However,
yeah, this is kind of a loop with that shit right here. Yeah, and that's why you kept allowing it to loop and loop and loop. And like you said, leave and don't come back. I'm not going to continue with the loop. I'm just showing people where the loop is while staying out of it. I'm not part of your awards contest, and I'm pointing out to people that the awards contest is a drawing of a crowd, just like Andrew Wilson trying to expand his platform for clout and suggesting to Flo that he should do the same thing and take advantage of it, because I see he has at least some kind of a reality grasp on it in what's happening, and he can actually affect his curiosity with his chat.
But you don't know what I think. You think I want this? I don't want that. It doesn't matter that I don't want drama. Like Jack, I let it happen daily, to be fair.
Unless it's some deep subconscious weird shit going on.
Can I just bring up?
I stream like once every 2 weeks, even though I went yesterday, bro. I'm not the one that's going on talking shit about everyone like you and some other people. So what the fuck? You're acting all self-righteous?
You faked cancer, so don't be talking shit about them for telling people the truth about you. So pay attention, Ben. Letting others lie about people is how you socialize.
On me? What the fuck's going on, man?
I'm talking shit about people? I'm talking shit about people?
All the time, Wizard. All the time, Wizard. All the time, Wizard.
I'm talking shit about
all the time. You disappoint at me, but I know you talk shit about everyone, Wizard.
A good tip is the minimization and maximization. It helps smooth those lies out.
And hey, what's funny is you seem to miss the interview that NPC and I had, which he shared a lot of his life and where he came from. And actually his own community thought it was a brilliant interview as far as, hey, we got to learn a lot more about it.
And I hope I remain a panel killer. If these are the kind of panels, I want to kill them.
NPC, we never would have learned if it wasn't for this interview. You seem to miss that point, right, Wizard? Right? Yeah, look at how he's acting. Again, this guy fucking get fake illnesses, bro. I got nothing. He fakes cancer, dude. I have no respect for people faking illnesses, collecting money. Like that's some dirty shit.
I thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. But like, yeah, let him respond, or he want to come up here. So
after those bombastic lies, the zebra creature pointed out how great I am. I love him.
Go ahead.
So I talk about people like that because they're talking like that.
He points at me and you want me to shut up? He's fake. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I talk shit about people like that because they're talking shit about me. I never faked cancer. I never grifted $5,000. I never got on a panel.
Oh, okay. Okay, read the chat.
Hey, hold on real quick, brother. Like,
no, thanks. I'm not going to listen to his lie.
And so you see, when you just let people overtalk the liars, you never have to hear lies.
Why'd you come up here, bro? It's stupid. Like I was about to tell you, most of the time you come up here, Wizard, you're like, the first thing you say is, can I show my video? Come on, bro.
First thing I do when I come up on panels, on his panel particularly, is ask people to show my videos. I've only been doing videos about 2 months, maybe a little bit longer. And yeah, I asked people to show a couple of my videos, but it's not a regular thing. And I certainly didn't do it every time I went up on his panel.
Bro, fuck that shit, bro.
See, Ben, it's easy to learn how to lie. Just hang with others that lie, because everyone lies in unison. Clout, cash, collectivism.
The life, the way. All hail the god of all media.
Like, come on, man.
I'm not mad at you anymore. Wizard took the spot. Fuck Wizard. You're clean.
Wow.
Well,
I love you, OTW.
Hey, that's why I went backstage, because I don't want to argue with my buddy, man. It's like, fuck it.
No, wait, hold on, guys. Now I'm probably gonna get a shit talking session about me and OTW and Snaps over there, wherever he goes or whatever. Like, fuck it, man.
No, Gabriel, it's not a shit talking session. It's a reality check, brother. See, you do this thing that you do on these streams as a journal for your son, Ben. And I can only hope that Ben isn't quite as deaf and blind as you are.
Clout, cash, collectivism.
The life, the way. All hail the god of all media.
Well, this is
I call it the Oracle.
Well, this is an example of the loop that does happen a lot.
I'm not trying to get on it, Cynthia.
No, hang on. The loop of like,
I'm not trying to get on it. He keeps talking about he doesn't want to be part of the loop, but he admits it's the loop and allows the loop by letting it happen. This is why I don't allow it on my panels.
Wizard can't come up here and have a conversation about this topic today because Snaps wants to bring up something from how many years ago versus I can't go up and on
Yeah, he still just 2 days ago was defending faking cancer.
Hang on.
It doesn't matter if he did it a year ago, 5 years ago. He faked cancer online, collected money from my audience, your audience, OTW's audience, all's audience. We all helped him thinking he was sick.
See, Ben, I don't have the power or control as the host to mute the zebra creature.
That's $6.24. What? Your total is $6.24. Is there a problem?
Your assistant manager and I, we have an arrangement.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I've only got $3.
Well, you can put back the magazine.
Lois, I give officer Stockton a discount. You know, policeman's discount.
I can't do that.
Don't worry about it. That's okay, Greg.
What are you, crazy? We give him a few candy bars. He looks out for us. It's called protection.
We have been robbed 5 times in the last 6 months.
Think of all the places he gets free stuff from. He can't be everywhere at once.
What? I didn't do anything. You?
License and registration.
What's this all about?
You impeded traffic. When you pulled out, that Volkswagen had to slam on its brakes.
I looked over my left when I pulled out. There was no car.
License and registration, ma'am.
Don't think I don't know what this is all about because I made you pay for that iced tea.
You just sit tight. I got to do some paperwork, run a computer check.
My record is clean. There's no way I have 16 unpaid parking tickets. The computer's wrong.
How can we get 16 parking tickets and not even know about it?
Just calm down.
I was in jail.
You keep me stuck here. When I come home, I have so much living to do. I don't have time to look for legal parking.
Everything's going to be fine. I hear they've made traffic school really fun.
I am not taking traffic school.
If you don't take traffic school, you'll get a point on your license.
I'm not getting a point in my license because I'm taking this to court. I did nothing wrong.
Are there cameras all over this place?
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
Is there one in the parking lot? Wait, stop. There's our van.
Mom's wrong.
You're expecting me to lose.
I think we need to know what we're getting into here. Is it actually worth all the trouble?
I think standing up for myself is worth the trouble. I know I can win this because I know I'm right. I can't believe you have so little faith in me.
Things could look different to different people. Being right isn't enough.
Being right is everything.
There's something you have to see. Now, honey, I'm sorry you had to see that. It's best you found out now before it's too late.
It's wrong.
What?
The tape is wrong. Dad.
Oh, man. Honey,
that tape is wrong.
I believe you.
No, you don't.
What do you expect?
In the past 20 years, you have never admitted that you were wrong.
This time you are wrong.
The tape is wrong. It has to be.
What are you saying, that someone doctored it?
I know what happened, and I know that I'm right.
That may be. It's time to let it go.
That's not fair.
No, it's not fair, Lois. Having to be right all the time. That's a terrible burden. Wouldn't it be a relief just to let go?
You want me to say that I'm wrong, even when I know I'm right?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
I am right.
Let go, honey. Let go. Can you do that?
How many times have I told you people don't leave the refrigerator open?
You did it.
Maybe I did.
She's been like this all week. It's nice. You guys are not going to believe what I have. One of their cameras caught Lois from a different angle right before she got her ticket. See? Lois was right all along. Isn't this great? What are you doing?
You will never, ever tell her of this.
You get it out.
You guys are not going to believe what I have. One of their cameras caught Lois from a different angle right before she got her ticket. See? You guys are not going to believe what I have. One of their cameras caught Lois from a different angle right before she got her ticket. See? Lois was right all along. Isn't this great? What are you doing?
You will never, ever tell her of this.
You get it out. I appreciate you letting us know what you came to, but I don't want to talk about it, especially if he's not here.
That's fine.
Cynthia, thank you for sharing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, especially if he's not here. But we'll let him. We'll let you bad talk him while he's here, and let the lies ride. See, that's allowing the evil to happen because you're not a good man.
Man, the way when I look at NPC, the way I see him is he's broken. And
yeah.
Whatever demons he's fighting, they are winning. They win. Now, I'm not going to say every time, but they definitely have the upper hand when it comes to him. And that's how I interpret them. So when I tend to look at him, I do keep that in mind. I don't know if that's coping or whatever. Like, I really don't take anything he says too serious or too to heart.
Yeah, and you can't take anything that these people say or do serious. This is why I point out it's 0.1%, folks. And these people think, like that last portion of the video there where you saw that TV show. That's
I love Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, that's pointing out that 0.1% that you're not seeing that is real, and yet you're taking another 0.1%, the officer's view, rather than the actual full context of the camera from another angle that shows that obviously she was right. She did not pull out in front of somebody. Somebody else pulled a U-turn illegally.
But
okay, so
go ahead.
So when we let these lies ride, that's what it's doing. You're allowing a false creation to continue on, and that not only destroys. It actually doesn't destroy the other person's credibility. Yeah, you may be able to prove in one way or another that something can stick, such as a traffic violation like that. but that doesn't mean anything in the full context if you didn't take the full context. See what I'm saying? So these people taking that 0.1% and making 100% truth out of it is false right from the origin. You cannot allow that.
And then this is where I'm going to lean on, like, who am I? Like, it's not like when you said, if you allow those lies to continue, if I were to spend my life walking around, you have a plank in your eye, and you got one, and you got one. Am I going to be able to focus on the growth that I need to achieve in myself? So
exactly.
I look at some people and I think, you know what, that's someone else's mission, not mine, and stick to what's for me.
Yeah. Well, I hope you accept my taking upon that mission. I think my eyes are pretty clear, and I try to stay out of it as much as possible. So I'll poke a motherfucker in an eye. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know you and I are different from the sense that we will just go at it head on. And a lot of people don't like that. That intimidates them, that they're going to run from it. If they have to reframe everything, if they have to take their clothes off, they will do everything they can to run away from a head-on confrontation.
Yeah, and that's the avoidance of going through something and finalizing it, whether you're successful or not, or whether you have to go through it again and again or not. And that's what people fear. They don't want the labor. They don't want the mentality of having to go through it. They don't want the negative aspects of things, and they refuse to learn from negative things that happen in their life because they think a lot of a life is hedonistic. They think that life is supposed to be enjoyed. Yes, it is. But at the same time, in order to be able to enjoy it, you have to know its pitfalls as well so that you can better experience that joy.
Cynthia?
So this is
Cynthia
just
actually he's about to tear into OTW before
You're
you
right. This is just an example of the looping that does happen over here. It's no different than when I go up and have a conversation with OTW and Paul wants to bring up something that I did that had nothing to do with him. So I wanted to clarify that. And so, but also wanted to address OTW because you seem to think that there's a war, and there's not a war.
I know Wizard didn't lie about having cancer. It's just better content to let the lies ride.
See, he knows there's no war. He just wants to play in his feelers like there is because that's the kind of man he is. Okay?
For whatever reason, like some, I'm not going to just, pinpoint to one person. Some will create this panelverse as something greater and bigger and more powerful, or they gave them that power. And that's simply not true for me. So when they use that terminology such as we're at war, you don't understand, I'm like, is this like, am I running with this right crowd right now?
Well, and see, that's part of the thing that Joe was talking about earlier with the video games and stuff. A lot of people come from our younger generations into these platforms, and that's what they're used to, is an electronic platform, is a competition of some sort, whether it be wars or sports, combat sports, this and that, where they don't have to worry about getting hurt.
Right.
So
but they do. And
right, in their feelers. They think it's a mental disconnection from the physical hurt, but that just encompasses the mental hurt even more, as if though it's actually painful, as if though people are actually attacking you when that's not so. There is no war, Cynthia. Don't you know that?
Correct. I think the war is within themselves.
Yes, absolutely. So let's take a look at the next one. I gotta speed it up to a certain part here first, or motion it to a certain part first.
Make sure to hit the like button for the conversation. Support El Pero, Little Lippy,
thank you.
Alter Ego.
Yeah,
El Pero may be the alter ego, and Little Lippy's the real one. You may never know. We may never know.
Yeah, you never know how many I might have, huh?
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So what that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that problem.
Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say goodnight to the bad guy. Come on.
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Come on. Make way for the bad guy.
There's a bad guy coming through. Better get out of his way.
Go ahead, NPC. Whenever you're ready, bro.
All right, let's do this now. You know, when I hear you talk about universal law and freedom and rights, in my travels and studies over the years, the closest thing I remember first hearing those terms were people like Jordan Maxwell, like with the maritime law and whatnot, and also what's his name, Mark P.I.G.S.C.U.N.T.S, I think it was, when he talked about natural P.I.G.S.C.U.N.T.S, about natural law and whatnot. But how would you describe what you do, what your passion is in sharing with the folks?
I would say that it's similar as far as how it's described. It's just you know, I believe, regardless of what we all do or don't do, I believe that the only way out of this is kind of through it, and the only way to be recognized, right, like our ability to choose and our universal rights, our natural rights, is if we get on the radar, right? You know, that's the only way we can be recognized, if we get on these people's radar.
If we can get on these people's radar, you got to attract the attention of other people in order to be able to fulfill the law. I think that's a skewed concept. I think you got to get on the right side of truth. See, if the people are lying, why would you want to get on the right side of their lies? Either side is a lie, but you want to get on that side of lies. This is why you don't know the true aspect of natural law and positive law and don't want to speak on it. That's why you go to your verbosity.
Radar, and the only way to get on their radar is to say, hey, this far and no further. You know, we got to get these people to respect us. And they're not going to respect us if we just keep going along to get along, you know?
Yeah, and I would think that is one of the why there's urgency about your message, in the sense that if it's going to work, really everyone has to be on board, right? Ever said.
Clout, cash, collectivism. The light, the life, the way. All hail the god of all media.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's really like us collectively making a statement, if we don't, that we really don't care about ourselves and our land and our future, and that we're willing to let these people do whatever they want, you know, with us and our property and our future. So it really doesn't matter what we say or what we like and don't like. It really just comes down to what it all communicates, you know, to the universe and to the players within that universe, right? What roles they're playing. So
what roles they're playing. And again, it's kind of like that personality thing we were just talking about. I might have multiple personalities. How about you? See, this is the thing people don't want to recognize.
Well, I definitely do recognize that. There are a lot of people that do have multiple personalities, and I don't say that in jokingly. You can, their whole mannerisms change, their speech patterns change. They literally go into something else. Although that's not me, I do recognize it, and from the research that I did, I do understand that comes from a most times, not all times, a trauma response situation, and that they just go into something else. So I do keep that in mind when I see people like that. Ladies, be nice to each other.
Yeah, and see, I think that's what a lot of people, it's like the term narcissist. A lot of people like to sling that word around and apply it so generally. Same thing with trauma bonding. And I think more generally, a better word for that is conditioning. And when we think about conditioning, it isn't until a man grows into his adulthood and is around a woman to a certain extent of time that he conditions himself to decide that he wants to have a life with that woman. Then he has a period of conditioned experience with that woman, and all of a sudden they have a child. Now the conditions have changed and he has to adapt. Now he has to have a different personality than the one he developed with his sisters, his brothers, his mom, his dad, his wife. And so in those different personalities, which we all have, we pick up the different rhetoric. We now no longer talk to the child like we do our wife, nor do we talk to our wife like we do our mom or our dad or our brother or our sister, hence anybody else. We have a special relationship, and therefore we use different languages. Even our body language changes in these different capacities. And that's what people most for the most part, I don't believe understand. We do have multiple personalities, and it's one of those things that we need to grasp a hold of and learn how to control them. Otherwise, they are out of line, and you do end up speaking rhetoric that is just incomprehensible around other people, because that's not their role. You can't, this is one of the problems with the transgender thing. You can't come up to me in your transgender rhetoric and talk to me and expect me to understand your transgender rhetoric or comply with it. I don't know it. I don't know it. To me, it's babble. It's like talking to a baby in your language. I don't understand it. I'm the baby. Don't treat me like somebody that's already an adult and taught you the language, because I don't know anything about it. It's all new to me.
I really just believe at this point, if we do not take up this banner and stand on something and get the recognition of these people, that we're going to see same old, right? It's not like, it's not like we haven't seen this before.
Are we to owe no man anything? Did not the Christ pay everything? The law fulfilled, the veil torn through. Now the law of me is loving you.
In a sense, right?
And so why do we go beyond that law? See, this is again why I say, damn it, I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back, because I'm already doing my job. I don't need to enforce you to do yours. I can't. I can only change me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a good standing?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not off on that. It's not my mentality that's wrong.
No, but one thing that I'm realizing more and more every day is that everyone's on their own journey, on their own pace. And I have to show grace and mercy in that. However, the thing that I struggle with personally is the bad behavior that some demonstrate. For me, I'm having a hard time being like, okay, I get it, you're broken, but it doesn't give you a free pass to tear others down. And
Bingo.
so when I see that, I do react sometimes, and then when I look back at it, I'm like, was that the best way to respond? But then their bad behavior is repetitive, and it's like, okay, something's really got a hold on you, and you need to step away, but they don't.
Yeah, and there's no repentance there. When they repeat the same thing, and there's no repentance, there can't be, because they're still doing it.
Right. But are they doing it out of pain and hurt, or are they just slower on their journey? Like, for me, it's hard to gauge it sometimes. And of course, I want to make the right choices, but I am human as well.
Yeah, and I don't think that Gabriel perhaps is trauma bonding or OTW, but there is an avoidance of something where they're seeking something that they don't have already. That shows me that maybe they don't have a purpose.
I spoke to someone, and they said from the Panelverse, and they were saying, well, I think it's more so it's your faith. You have a faith that some are still searching for. Not saying that they should believe like I believe, but whatever it is they choose to believe in, they're searching for that strength that they may perhaps see in me.
Yep. And that's why they seek to tear people down. It's truly that negative positive energy thing. That's the only way they can get energy, because they can't get it from somebody that's more positive from them, because it doesn't fit their goals, their calendar, their money scheme.
They can't get energy. Say that again.
They can't get energy from people that are more positive than them. They can only feed off people that are willing to give up their own negative energy. They can't feed on positive energy.
Why?
Because the positive energy fills them too much with the need to go through with what they need to go through. It doesn't allow them to avoid things.
Got you.
If you have the positive energy of being a positive man, then you got to go through the bullshit. You can't sit in your pity pool drama quagmire with everybody else getting pats on the back. Now you got to work. And that takes real work, a real mentality, logic and reason. They don't have that. They're sitting in their emotions.
And there's, well, also for me is understanding that I'm not going to understand everything. Like, why are my parents the way they are? Or why do these situations happen in my life? And at some point, I have to stop dwelling on that and look at it like, okay, what did I learn from this? And how can this benefit me in the future and not make these mistakes again? Or how was this in my life? Because my God doesn't make mistakes. So what is he trying to show me?
Absolutely. Learning, excuse me, learning from our mistakes. That's where people refuse to look into that mirror and see them for who they are. They look in and see all the darkness and they want to project it as if though that's somebody else. No, that's your own mistake, Gabriel. When Ben grows up, I hope he sees the journal. I hope he sees you for what you really are.
Oh.
I hope it breaks him. I hope it breaks his faith in his false patriarch daddy out here feeding off drama.
Oh, that's horrible.
No. I hope the next generation is stronger than Gabriel's. How is that horrible?
I had a situation where there was like this big secret that people were keeping from this kid, but nobody told me, right? And so I had my son asked me a question, and I told him the story. Well, him and the kid got into it later, and he told the kid the devastating secret that everybody had been keeping from him. And to this day, and like this happened over 15 years ago, but to this day, I can still see the effects of that young man from learning that secret. And everybody was so mad at me. They're like, "Oh my God, where did you go? You're so hateful. What did you say that for?" But that's when I learned, like, it hurts more to keep secrets than it does just to stand, like, show it when it comes to kids, at least. It hurts more to keep secrets from them than it does just to be who you really are and let them see you flaws and all. Because they can also see your growth.
There is no one worse to lie to than your children.
For sure. For sure.
They are so impressionable. And when you lie to them, and when you lie to them for the first part of their life, before they become that full-grown man, and they don't know the difference, they too are indoctrinated just like you.
Man, when the Bible talks about generational curses, I think of that as a curse, that lie that you tell or that you try. Like, especially with DNA, you see all these old men who are finally being captured for something they did 40 years ago. And it's wild to me because you never really outrun it. You're good. It's going to catch up with you. And when that domino falls, so many fall with it.
Yep. And that's one of the things I hope to affect in this shit is helping those dominoes fall. Not the people, the dominoes. Okay. The dominoes are the things that need to fall to shed the light on your real personalities. That domino is you looking into yourself. That's the domino effect that I want. I want people to start looking inside themselves and see them for the darkness that they really project.
Man, I don't know if they can. They're just not there.
That's the hard part. I can't do anything about it except do what I'm doing and expose it. That's all I'm doing.
Correct. That's something, though.
Just going to relive through the same kind of things that we've seen in the past that are less than ideal. I mean, it may go that way anyway, even if we do what we're supposed to do, right?
Right.
Yeah, I just see it as kind of like an indwelling, sort of written into the cosmos, main mission, right? If we're in the open world game, then this is one of the main missions.
Right, and other things like could be like side missions with people. Would be a side mission, maybe like like metaphysics in terms of like getting healthy, or I don't know, or is that all the laws? Is that part of it too?
Clout, cash, collectivism.
The light, the life, the way. All hail the god of all media.
I'd say that's main stuff. There's a list of main sort of quests, and some of us go on certain ones and not on the other ones, but I think we can objectively stand back and say these are the main missions of this open world game. right? And one of them is, yeah, to keep your body as healthy as possible so you could do the great work.
I also gave my blood and body on the cross for your bitter words.
You know?
Right. And why do you do the great work, Paul?
It really is just, it comes down to who I am and how I'm formed to be, right?
Projecting that it's great work. That's pathetic.
At my core, I recoil from any groups or even individual men who claim that they have authority over other men and their property.
Hold up, got my soda cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape pape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes. Or a gorilla in a cape is the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie.
It's never been true to me. It's never been real to me. I've never been able to accept it, and I've never saw the benefit of being able to accept it. As a matter of fact, I've seen the detriment. The more people comply and go along to get along, the more these folks double and triple down, right? And that's criminology 101, man. When I studied criminology, I remember hearing a few stories about if you go to prison and you're locked up with predatory people who want what you have, and they take what you have and you let them, they will keep doing it.
I'm actually just afraid to admit that I'm the elephant in the room.
And they will get to a point eventually where they will take your life because you're not fighting back and you're boring them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only thing they understand and respect is somebody standing on who and what they are and putting up some resistance. Now, I'm not saying we have to fight these people. I'm just saying if we want to be recognized and we want to live free and we don't want our time here to be a bunch of bent over, pimped and hoed out time.
Notice he always says, I want to be recognized first before free. See, it's all about that identification, that ego. It's me first. No matter how the grammar goes, it's the identity first. Go ahead.
He's never been to prison. He needs to stop with the prison stories. He's never been a pimp. He needs to stop with the pimp stories. For me, that is where the actor, the fakeness comes in with him. Like you're trying to be something you're not because you don't like what you see.
Yeah, I was gonna mention something else. You know, the roast song that I put out on it. You know, how did you learn about the universe and the cosmos in your heroin junkie stupor? And then also you're talking about all this law and stuff. When did you study all this law, this criminal law and stuff that you talk about, natural law and stuff? Was that when you was in prison? Oh, maybe it was just that couple overnight stays in jail or some shit.
I like the line. I wrote it down. It says, "Can't stand a suntan, but you're gonna live on the land." And that is so true because my mom is tanned all year round.
Yeah, well, and I wish I could find the clip. Maybe I've got it somewhere, but he sat there one day on a panel and said that the land itself was desolate, so he had to move somewhere else. Him and his buddies that were going to live on the land moved to a land that's desolate so they could live on the land, and then didn't know how to work the land and tender the land to make it prosperous and abundant, according to the very scriptures he poses that embeds in his heart, to be a man on the land. But no, he's got to go somewhere else where it's already done and provided and plentiful, just like the Jews did when they were freed from their slavery. The Israelites, and came out of their slavery and complained that the Eden that they were promised was desolate, and they had to till the land in order to prosper from it. It's identical.
Well, that was the challenge that they were having, is that they kept going. Like the first wave would go in and they would do it, but then when they were told not to intermarry, they intermarried, and that's just like, we're told what to go do, but somehow along the way we always find a way to maneuver it and adjust it. And well, if we just add, it's okay, it's just this little bit.
Yeah, and then, you know, that faithless stuff, you know, Lot's wife looking back and turning into a pillar of salt, you know, that's what a lot of people don't understand. You have to go through this shit. You don't keep looking back, looking for a reservation or a way out. You have to be committed.
Yeah, you don't long for what's past. You have a new life now, and you go forward with that, and that's hard. That is hard.
Yeah, you have to accept the changes and learn how to adapt. That's the adoption. Nobody wants to adopt reality. They want to live in that comfort and convenience of society that has cognitively that has indoctrinated them into a deep cognitive dissonant sleep, where Plato's cave is now their living room.
Then we got to stand on something. We got to be recognized, right?
Yeah, right. So what you're saying is
clout, cash, collectivism.
The life, the way. All hail the god of all media.
in the so-called enforcers of the law are predators. To a
In
certain
a way,
extent.
you could argue that it's what it's become. You know, if you really look at it, it starts off as a service endeavor. You know, it's about serving the people, upholding rights, right, protecting the people's property from other people who want to kill, steal, destroy, kidnap. And instead of them upholding our rights and protecting us, they're killing, stealing, kidnapping, and destroying, right, and making money while doing it. So, yeah, man, it's just the nature of things, right? If we are the ones to be served and we will not act like people who deserve to be served, then the people who are supposed to serve us are going to rule over us and treat us like garbage.
I also gave my blood and body on the cross for your bitter words.
You could argue the same thing happens in a prison. Even in a prison, if you're a prisoner or a group of prisoners.
There's that part about he could argue that it happens in a prison. Even a prisoner. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. I went to prison when I was 18 years old. 3.5 years. I know what prison's all about. You have to have a certain walk of respect and talk of respect, and they have to match. And that only comes from your mentality of how you respect yourself and others. See, the thing about fearing God is the image and likeness. See, we're all created in an image and likeness of God. And if you don't fear the man next to you because he's just as bad as you are, you must think you're a pretty good motherfucker. And I think that's pretty fucking narcissistic. And I think that's pretty fucking high and mighty. Has nothing to do with Napoleon complex or how big you are. It's about how you treat people.
If you do what you're supposed to do and you conduct yourself properly, then the prison guards will probably serve you. You act like a bunch of disempowered, dysfunctional slaves, they're going to treat you like it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you need. You know, so we got to get these people in service positions to respect us again. And the only way to get them to do that is by acting like real men and women again. And it's no coincidence. This is right at the same time that we got fake ass politicians saying we got to make America great again. Well, I agree.
And I agree. Yeah, we got to start acting like men and women again. So I got to ask, is that really what men and women do to each other? Lie about each other?
Listen, there's a lot of things about Paul, but when he tries to talk to me about he knows the truth, he's this, he's that, I don't know, I just always think to myself, you don't know what it's like to be responsible for somebody else's life. Stop it. You've never walked in my shoes. Stop talking to me like this.
See, and that's why I say it's so important to understand the next generation.
Right.
See, sooner or later, whether you're directly involved in a relationship where you're going to have your own children, somewhere, sometime along that timeline, you're going to be involved in younger generations. And there's only one position you can truly play in that. And that's to be a leader, somebody that's already been there, done that. And if you want to sit there and placate that you're a leader in this degenerate X award ceremony, maybe that's because you are degenerate. So again, I got to give kudos to Flo real quick. I'm not saying he's a degenerate, because I think he used it as a way to fulfill a certain psychological aspect for the curiosity of his panels. I think that's a wise move for him. And if I wanted to vote, I could have rigged that vote too, because OTW's the true degenerate winner in that one. But we have to remember, got to give Gabriel a pat on the back for being the degenerate, posing a journal for Ben when it's clear he's clout chasing, lying to his own son.
More so, he's lying to himself, but some do. Some do.
We don't agree on how we're going to get that done, right?
Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan. How you gonna live on the land?
Yeah, I think it goes to the individual man himself first.
Clout, cash, collectivism. The life, the way. World hail the god of all media.
What's fucking funny? That you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over. It's been done, big.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Production.
So in the end, I'm the Gray Rock. Been here a long time. I don't give a fuck about your money. I don't give a fuck about your numbers. I don't give a fuck about your ad hom name characters attacks. I don't give a fuck about your awards. I'm not involved in your loop. I merely made an expose hoping others will understand this contest that you're involving them in. And who the fuck gives you the right to call anybody else a degenerate? What gives you that clout?
Man, I don't even care anymore. Like I recognize crazy stuff all the time, so it's whatevs.
Is he live now?
Yes.
Cool.
He just talked about us, and that he did mention, you don't even come talk to me. You'll just go do, because I think he does have the stream open, so you should go check it out. I personally, that's not my mission. I got my own missions. He's not one of them. He's merely somebody in passing to me.
All right. So let's see. Oh yeah, he went over Duke Faro and Flow State. But yeah, that's one of the reasons he does those kind of things. You notice he did the barbershop one.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those barbershop channels are big number channels?
The ones that he picked are all pretty big. So, I definitely see this as a play. I don't hate the players. I don't hate the players. I hate the game, and it's the game that people play.
Yeah, and I agree. And that's why I say I love Gabriel. I hate no one. What I hate is the things we say and do to each other. And in that, remember, folks, I was once the clown too. I was once the bitch ass slave. I was once the motherfucker. I was once the fuckhead. I was once the asshole. I was all of it.
I look at I look back and I think about some of the stuff I've done. I think, man, I was really a shithead, and so that's wild. But I'm gonna jump down so you can go over there, and I'll support you from the chat.
Oh no, I'm not going over there.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah, listen. Okay, again, folks, I'm the Gray Rock. You can't move me. I'm a man of my word. Is not a man bound by his words and not the words of another. So I don't care how much Paul wanted to antagonize me to go back on his panel. I never went back on his panel. I don't care how much Gabriel wants to try to include me in any kind of awards or talk about me or anything. I'm not going back. That's the mentality I have. If you can't be a good, decent man, I don't want to be around you.
I feel you. Feel you on that. I feel you on that. And your people aren't going to be able to gaslight me into I'm stuck up or I'm a bitch or am I this, I'm that. I am protecting my peace. Bingo. And there are just some people on here that have nefarious intentions. What they may be, why they do them is not up for me to decide. I recognize it and I need to step away from it. And I'm going to normalize doing that for me in 2026. I'm tired. I'm tired.
And you not only don't need others to do that for you, but you can't have others do that for you because that itself proves that you can't do it for you. So I appreciate you coming up, Cynthia. God bless you. Have a good day.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll see you around the streets.
You bet.
Make sure to hit the like button. Bye.
Yes, thank you. And you guys know me. I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back or not. So remember, may God love you and bless you. Let's get to this one.
The Panelverse is full of scarlet letter ladies of the night. They embroider their tragedy like a price tag, begging the world to stare. They mistake their degradation for fame, dancing in the spotlight of their own misery. I don't have to force them to the street, and I just charge them rent for the stage. I am simply the broker, collecting a tax on their tears.
Welcome to another personality inventory mockumentary production.
Hold up, grab my soda, cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape pape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes. Or a gorilla in a cape is the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimations. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dark said hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been non-bit.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Production.